Taking a walk in the woods does good things to our brains. The clean air, the quiet rustling of the wind, the repetitive pattern of trees, and the fun shadows dancing on the ground all have the ability to counteract the self-induced brain rot. I love it all, but every photo I took during my forest hikes turned out to be looking quite boring. They were too even. There was no frozen playfulness of color and light. There was no drama in it. Not being able to capture the whimsical feel of the forest really bummed me out for the longest time. That is, until now. Hello and welcome to Camera Shy. I finally figured out how to take real cool photos of a forest, and I want to share it with you as well in this video. Nature photography, specifically forests, have always been inspiring to me, but I couldn't figure out the magic behind the capturing of such beautiful scenery. It's been a challenge, mostly because I'm very stubborn and I didn't really think it through properly. Winning combo, I know. You see, in the vast majority of cases up until now, I used evaluative metering of light. It does the job adequately for most of the scenes I wished or needed to capture, and honestly I just didn't have to think too much about settings. It makes it easy when stuff happens fast and you don't have much time to think and adjust. No thinky, only shooty. In fact, I've been using the evaluative metering for so long, I simply forgot about the existence of the other modes of light metering. Forgive me for my sins, I am but a simple photojournalist. Not sure what exactly got into me, but I wanted to emulate some of the photos I've seen other people post online that were taken with a Ricoh GR3. It's become sort of a meme camera at this point, but my hands do yearn for it. Anyway, the shadows are dark and bold in those photos, and a light bulb went off in my head about a possible solution: light metering. My camera's settings offer 4 different modes of metering, so let's do a really quick rundown on these. The aforementioned evaluative, which is ideal for most scenes and useful for backlit subjects. Center weighted obtains the average brightness from the central area to decide on exposure. Partial is for bright backgrounds, and finally the spot metering, which uses metering of a specific small area of the subject to decide on what is the correct exposure. Of course, I thought a simple move over to spot metering should do the trick. Except it was really clunky and unreliable. The way it works is that it chooses the spot you focus on as the sample for correct exposure. So if you focus on a highlighted area, the shadows are all really dark. That's in theory, of course. In practice, a forest is visually noisy, and the camera was often confused on what's going on and what I wanted from it. The spot metering means the shutter speed is never really a stable component because it samples different spots all the time. So I had to deal with these cursed photos that you can see right now and the brain melt I experienced seeing them on the display screen. My simple magic trick wasn't working as I had hoped. I almost accepted defeat for the day, but then it clicked. The camera whispered to me, "Make me go real fast." And so I did. So I amped up and forced the shutter speed, and finally it worked. Finally I captured a tiny fraction of the whimsical ecosystems that thrive under our feet. Finally I touched grass and it actually paid off. I implore you to go out and test this for yourself. I have a feeling this would work really well in street photography as well, especially on sunny days with harsh shadows. Spot metering coupled with a bit faster shutter speed should do the trick. Before you do go out, click that like button, subscribe, tell me your thoughts, and show me your photos. Now, I know there isn't much going on in these photos. They are forest photos after all, not photos of wildlife. There are no real interesting subjects, but I think there's something neat about them. They're not just washed colors and mid-tone hellscape anymore, they're a vibe. There's mystique in the darkness and life sprouting in the sunlight, just as it should be in a forest. I am pretty happy with this set. What do you think? If you like what I do and you wish to support me, there are some links in the description where you can do so. Thank you for watching, I hope you learned something new, and I'll see you in the next one.